What's up, Ninja Online guys? Welcome back to 60 Seconds. This is Chapter 4. When we last left off, we had played a fairly quick game and we died there. Let's try this again. Hopefully it goes a little bit better. Apparently, you know, I just have horrible luck. First time we played, I needed the flashlight, so I went out of my way to get that, and then the next time we needed cards, and of course I didn't pick up the cards. So what am I going to make sure I get this time? Flashlight and cards. And it's going to be something else that's stupid, like the checkers board or something. But at least every time I play, I gain a little bit more knowledge about the game. There's the deck of cards right there, okay. So let me start in this room, because this is like the most out of the way thing. I'll grab the flashlight, the gun, maybe a bottle of water. I don't know how much room the gun takes. Thinking just 2. I hope it's just 2. Yeah. That's another thing too. Once I learn how much I can carry, then I'll be okay. Grab that bottle of water. Pretty much if I just allocate myself to take time in every room, kind of like what I'm doing, then I should be okay. I know I'm missing a fair bit. I do need to get that med kit for sure. The Boy Scout thing is good. I want the daughter, obviously. Like, it's our family here. We gotta save our family. I think, yeah, she takes up 3. Now, I would love... I'm gonna go quiet here. I guess that's alright. I don't know if I got everything I wanted, but I got a fair bit, so hopefully there's you know, some food and stuff down here. I didn't really grab a whole lot of food and water. We will find out. So day 1, look at that. We actually have a pretty well-stocked thing. I don't know what the hell that is. I've never seen that before. We got bug spray down here even. I think this is going to be a good run. I think this is going to be the run we win. Definitely have a good feeling about that. Day 1. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We can't remember bringing those supplies down to the shelter, but we're not complaining. We probably should have stocked it better anyways. I wanted to grab the fire axe, I just didn't have the time. We have a fire axe, lock, and bug spray. Works for me. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best stock shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. It actually looks like, yeah, we're kind of low on food actually, but the water we're pretty well for. We always thought life could be much better. That was before we got nuked. Now we think life could be much better. In a way, not that much has changed. Day 2. Living in the past is not wise in our current situation. We need to think of today and tomorrow. Looks like everyone's doing fine. Our neighborhood is still highly radioactive. Trips to the surface are a big risk to our health right now, so let's not go. It's difficult to keep our spirits up in the situation. We do hope this whole mess will be over soon, or else we might end up in a place much worse than this cozy shelter. Day 3. Speed through these days here. It's easy to feel a bit down when living underground like this. No sunshine, no sky. We need to get rid of that pessimism and try to bring some cheerfulness into our lives. Looks like everyone's kind of thirsty now. Mary Jane is, Timmy is, Dolores is, and so is Ted. So let's go ahead and give everyone some water. Quench that thirst. We're either going crazy or this entire shelter is crawling with little insects, or worse. It's worse, they're spiders, and not some miniature ones, but huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about them. Let's use that bug spray we have then. We're not just gonna leave these fucking things around. I mean, I don't feel like bug spray would be a good idea in this situation, considering it's a confined area, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Day 4. When it's us or them, there shouldn't be any reservation when it comes to choosing your arsenal. We knew those spiders stood no chance against well-aimed bug-killing spray. That was a mouthful. So we used it. When it was over, the few remaining spiders fled. We started cleaning up and claimed an unexpected prize, a soup can that we didn't notice before. It was well hidden in the shadows under a few layers of dead spiders. Right on. Everyone's fine, of course. We thought it'd be a great idea to have some role-playing fun and create our own shelter theater group. We called it the Thunderdome. We spent the rest of the day trying to write a script for our performance. We almost got into a fight over it and decided that maybe it would be best to play something simpler. Probably. And before Ted goes crazy and grabs the rifle. We played I Spy and it was pretty fun for the first 3 minutes. After that, everyone got bored of the letter W. Everyone seems to be good. We found some weird mushrooms growing on one of the walls. Food shortage, there's no laughing matter, so maybe it would be a good idea to grab a mushroom, bite, or two. What's the worst thing that can happen? I mean, it could be radiated. I'm just trying to survive. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to make it to day whatever and get the hell out of here. I'm downright determined to do that. We may be hungry, but there are just some things we'll never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. Looks like everyone's thirsty again, so let's go ahead and take care of that. There isn't a lot of space down here and we can smell everything. When one of the wall bricks got loose today and revealed a hole, we felt pretty sick. It's the smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench? Yeah, probably. I can't remember. I think we had this scenario our first go through. And our fucking radio is broken. Great. I'm kind of interested to see how this works. We approached the hole cautiously and peeked inside. What happened next nearly gave us a heart attack. Some crazed rodent, a reptile, or whatever this crazy mad creature was, leapt out and started jumping all over the damn shelter. It was everywhere. We couldn't catch it. Before we could do anything, it pushed over our radio off the table and went back in the hole it crawled from. We never saw it again. It's like everyone's hungry. Let's go ahead and divvy out the food there. Let's get ready for an expedition tomorrow. Actually, what does that say? Looks like the area is still irradiated. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe unless you don't mind getting sick. We'll go anyways. And of course, I have a an option with the broken radio now. Low-key kind of mad about that. And before we lose because of that. If there is one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. First option sounds a bit more sane. Alright, let's go ahead and send Timmy out with that gas mask. See what he can get done. Day 9. It looks like everyone's thirsty. We are not alone. There's a huge hairy bunny beast that seems to be hiding in one of the pipes. It's been poking its head out, eyeing our measly food stash. We can't let it get to it. We can't let it be in here when we sleep. We'll take that fire axe then. Have some bunny stew tonight. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. Guess we're still top of the food chain. Good for us. Pretty sure I misread that the first time too. Everyone's in a good mood apparently. There are only so many things you can do in a tiny bunker, so we thought, hey, why not play some games? They're not just for kids, you know. That's why we have the cards. Someone's at the door. It's crack-a-lackin'. We played Truth or Dare. When it turned out we only kept asking questions, the most common was, are we going to eat anything besides tomato soup? We decided that's enough games for now. Looks like everyone's okay. We were admiring the radioactive landscape when we saw a young woman dressed in ragged camo clothing. She had a nasty looking rifle, but she hailed us in a polite enough manner. She claims to be a hunter, tracking a big mutated spider. She ran out of ammo and told us that if we were to help her out, she would pay us back in a while. Fortunately, I don't have any ammo. This woman says she hunts mostly for food. Clearly she's an uncivilized savage. Delicious soup is what decent people eat these days, apparently. We were not amused and didn't give her anything. So Mary Jane is thirsty. Dolores is hungry and thirsty. Odd. It is very difficult to prepare for unforeseen circumstances when you don't see them coming. I remember getting tongue-tied on this one last night. Well, they are unforeseen by definition, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. Sorry, that does make a lot of sense. Currently, I'm still getting tongue-tied. We can't say we were prepared for what happened. Truth. Who knows? Maybe the new world will offer new opportunities and it won't be too bad. Like Ted is hungry now. Why is their food all wonky? It's weird. Surviving down here is no walk in the park. It won't get easier. We're hopeful this will blow over soon and life will be back to what it used to be. Or else, we might face dangers we never dreamt of. Timmy should be back now. Why not? It's hard not to worry considering our current situation. Some days we're still struggling to deal with the shelter life, but we can't lose hope. Mary Jane is hungry. Go ahead and feed her. Yep, of course. There we go, he's back. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that may be transmitted in our area. I would love to, game. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is now safe with us. Our expedition went directly to visit the primary school, not for education, of course, oh no. We were desperate for supplies and the school was our best chance of getting them. Looks like we picked up 1 can of soup and 2 bottles of water. Mary Jane's thirsty. Timmy's hungry. Dolores is thirsty and Ted is thirsty. Timmy was the one that was hungry. I had to think about that in my head for a second. We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seems it's ringing right now. We should send someone to answer it. Let's go. I'm Ted, so if Ted dies, I lose. So let's go ahead and send Dolores. Considering our radio is broken, I'm going to have to try my hardest to get other things done, I guess. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. It's always better when things are calm. Timmy's hungry. That's about it. Let's go ahead and feed Timmy there. Let's go prep for tomorrow. So I'm going to have to constantly send people out. I don't really know what to do in this situation considering our radio is broken. That's literally my luck when I play roguelike games, is I progressively get better with more knowledge and then something else new fucks me over. Kind of like that. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Timmy's still very hungry apparently, and he needs water now. He's just a fucking plague on our resources. That's what he is. I want to send Ted, but I don't feel like that's the best idea. Let's go ahead and send Mary Jane out. I think the last time I sent Mary Jane out, she just never came back, by the way, but details. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Timmy is hungry, Dolores is thirsty, and Ted is thirsty. Fucking Timmy, stop eating, you fucking fat bastard. A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equal scruffy bag on his shoulder pays its visit. No, I don't want the cat. Not that I don't want the cat, don't get me wrong, guys. I need the canned food, so. Our grandparents always told us to never buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone are the times of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk is in that mysterious bag. Looks like Dolores and Ted are now hungry. Someone is very serious about banging on the hatch. We were scared to open it, but it might be some good news, right? We would gladly welcome a friendly face, even if it was our neighbor, Ned. We're pretty sure that if there was any reason why our town got bombed, he would be that reason. Shall we open it? I don't really have a choice at this point. Day 20. Turned out it was a nice mysterious fellow in a weird suit. He gave us some soup cans. This will help us survive the next couple of days. Right on. Opening that hatch was a bit risky. It seems it gave us some awful sickness. That coughing is driving us crazy. Timmy's thirsty. Dolores is sick. That's about it. Play a game, they said. It will be fun, they said. They never mentioned picking one would be so much trouble. This shit's crazy. It's day 21 and we're still just screwed. Dolores needs water. So does Ted. Game is just taunting me now. They're like, hey, that radio, by the way. And I'm like, yeah, about that. There's one thing we need to do is to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts. Yeah. Something's missing. Let's see. Fan hum, check. Stranger noises in our pipes, check. Hellish yells outside, check. Oh, Dolores hasn't spoken for a while now. That's it, and it's really strange. Talking to her would be a good idea. Yeah, probably. Hey, she came back. Holy fuck. She found a lot of soup, that's for sure. Talking to Dolores helps resolve some of her issues and doubts. She feels better now. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface, with the gas mask, of course. We decided to finally check what we can find between the rubble and our own backyard, our poor lawns and flowers. Once the object of desire of the whole neighborhood, now reduced to nothing more than radioactive ashes, covered by debris. We also found 3 cans of soup. And 2 bottles of water, right on. Mary Jane is hungry, Timmy's thirsty. That's it. Mary Jane is hungry, Timmy's thirsty. Let's prep for another trip. It's not easy to be calm in these circumstances. Hopefully we'll keep our peace, or else we might need to act like wolves. Survival of the fittest and all. Day 24. We're trying our best to remain calm. The situation we're in is far from normal and we might never get used to it. We hope that help comes soon. I have a doubt about that. Mary Jane is hungry, Timmy is hungry, and Dolores and Ted are thirsty. Alright, Dolores, you're up. Make us proud. Bring back a radio. Can't believe it's already day 25. Mary Jane is quite hungry. And Ted is hungry. You would expect a nuclear explosion would be enough to quench any petty arguments. When the future is not looking too pretty and all you see is naked walls, not much is necessary for an explosion. It happened. We started fighting like crazy. Well, you know, 26 days in a bunker will do that to you. We stopped arguing, but for how long? Mary Jane is still hungry and she's thirsty. Timmy's thirsty. We've been hearing strange noises lately. Is it coming from the outside or is it something that came into the shelter with us? Could it be? We found nothing. We feel like we might be going crazy. We should probably get busy with something to keep us occupied before this gets worse. Play with the cards then. Not like I have a use for them now anyways. Day 27. Having some fun made us forget about... What was it again? Ted needs water, but that's about it. We decided to peek outside for just a minute to see if the store around the corner was still standing. When we were about to step out, we heard a growl in the darkness and a pair of ferocious eyes appeared a few feet away. We only had moments to decide what to do. Get that flashlight, though. It's a pupper. We decided to check what's coming for us with our flashlight. Guess what? It was a dog. The poor thing seemed tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. The next morning, we opened the door to let it out. It still hasn't returned. Hopefully, it will come back later. It's been 4 weeks down here, and we're managing to get by pretty well, but it's not like we're gonna get help anytime soon, unfortunately. Mary Jane is thirsty. Timmy is thirsty. That's about it. The other day, we heard a quiet knock on our door. Nope. Let's not check what's inside. I've done that too many times. It's pretty simple. If we don't know where it comes from, we cannot trust it. There's no way we're taking this gift. We left it outside. Maybe some cockroach will want it. The kind of cockroach that enjoys ties, an occasional cigar, and of course, leather suitcases. Timmy's hungry. Ted's thirsty. First of all, no, because that guy steals the fucking checkerboard every single time. But secondly, I don't have checkers anyways. A whole month. Well, we're getting there slowly. Day 31. We could tell the stranger was disappointed, but that's none of our business. If ever was a time to get used to life being disappointing, the end of the world is probably it. Dolores came back with the gas mask. Our house is in ruins. We still haven't paid the mortgage. No need to worry about that now, is there? The least we could do is pick through whatever is left and see if there are any useful items. Maybe one of Timmy's comics books survived. Looks like she found 2 cans of soup, 2 bottles of water. Dolores is hungry. A young man paid us a visit today. He told us the story of his brave twin sister who went missing while spying in a nearby abandoned camp. He said that while these circumstances are far from perfect, they were in fact meaning to contact us eventually and meet us. We believe his sister was discovered and is currently held captive in that camp. He has a few men, but he could use all the help he can get. Should we help him out? Let's send Ted out. I mean, if he dies, he dies. The young man was assisted by a group of other survivors, all armed but really friendly. We found the girl, threw her a weapon, and fought off the bandits guarding the exit. Siblings were happy to be reunited, but also very confused. Turns out the bandit leader is actually their father, of course. It's a crazy small world we live in. Anyway, they were really thankful and promised to contact us again soon. Ted returned safely. Mary Jane is hungry and thirsty. Timmy's thirsty. Dolores is hungry. Ted's hungry. Timmy was thirsty, right? Yeah. Let's go prep something. We're gonna have to send Timmy out there. Day 32. We stumbled upon the remains of an abandoned shantytown. Someone or something tore it down. Incidentally, amidst the rubble, we found a cat, licking its paws nonchalantly. Yeah, let's let it inside. That should help our spirits a little bit. Meow. Day 33. When we opened the hatch, the cat jumped in and marched around the whole shelter, sniffing at all of us. Every wall, corner, empty soup can, and piece of furniture. Finally, it picked a quiet place, sat down, and let out a deep sigh before taking a 12-hour nap. Its color has Shurikov etched into it. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm probably mispronouncing it. What kind of name is that? Dolores is hungry and thirsty. That's about it. Alright, Timmy, you're up. Day 34. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane. Well, that's good. Timmy's left with the gas mask, Dolores is quiet, and Ted is thirsty. We thought it'd be a pretty great idea to have some role-playing fun and create our own shelter. Theater group. Sorry, I stopped there because I'm like, I think I've read this before, and I have. This exact scenario, I read it, actually. Mary Jane is thirsty. That's about it. This game is just mocking me every time it puts that up on screen. It's like, hey, use your radio. And I'm like, I would love to. Story of my life. Dolores is thirsty. Enjoying the little things in life is important in any situation, so when Mary Jane found some seeds in the shelter, she got really excited. She thinks that with a little luck and enough water and soil, we might be able to grow our own food. We don't know if there are any vegetable seeds, but if they are planting them will be worth a shot. Shall we use a bottle of water to start our own garden? That's really risky. Let's not. If I had more water, then I definitely would, but considering I have a bottle and a bit, no. There are plenty of better ways to use our water. Drinking comes to mind, so Mary Jane will have to think of another way to occupy herself. She took that harder than we thought. That's hilarious. Ted is thirsty. Shirokov is still a fresh addition to our little family, so we need to keep an eye on it. And believe it or not, we just today noticed that there is something else on his collar. It seems to be a metal plate with an address on it. It's not too far. Should we take a quick trick and see what's there? Yeah, let's go for it. Got all tongue-tied with that sentence. Hey, and of course he comes back with fucking a jug of water. Had I known that, I would have let Mary Jane plant. Before we reached the end of our street, we were stopped by two men wearing dark coats and stylish hats. They rushed towards the cat to pick him up, saying they've been looking for him for a while now. Supposedly, Shirokov belongs to an old lady who's rather fond of it and misses the little guy dearly. We shrugged and went back to our shelter. The cat didn't seem to care, so why should we? Good thing we didn't get too attached to it for the last few days. Timmy came back with the gas mask, of course. We quickly discovered that the local supermarket has become the base of operations for a raider group. They are armed and dangerous. Sometimes they would leave to plunder and raid.